So welcome back to the channel, everybody. We tried to build Matthew's keyboard in the last video. I'm actually not sure whether this video or that video will be posted first. But either way, Upgrade Keyboards actually sent me the wrong PCBs. They sent me 65% keyboards or PCBs instead of a 60%, which is what he wanted, and that's what is required for his case. But we didn't want to waste the day, so I actually had this keyboard waiting in queue, and I was actually going to do it by myself, but I have my nephew Mason here to my left.
Hi.
And he said he wanted to help out. So we just cleaned off this PCB from Wuque Keyboards. And this is a 60%, just traditional, doesn't have the arrow keys or anything like that. It's a hot swap PCB, also has underglow lighting like the other one, but this one is not a Bluetooth keyboard at all. So fairly simple. We also have a Wuque case, which is actually on the newer side from Wuque Keyboards. This is a stacked polycarbonate keyboard. It's actually in a teal color. Has an integrated plate, which is also made out of polycarbonate. You have your standoffs and your screws, and it also includes a support for whenever you're pushing in your switches into the plate. But that's the case. And the switches themselves we're actually going to start to make after we prep the PCB. And we have Gateron Pro housings. These are the milky housings. And I have Wuque Studio MM switch in LY. These aren't really teal. I guess maybe they're teal colored, although they're more green. And then we have dual stage springs. These are 63.5 grams. One moment, I can't even talk today. So 63.5 gram dual spring or dual stage springs from Spree. And the keycaps, I guess we can show those later. But yeah, let's just get started on prepping the board.
Or you could teach me how to make these.
Well, I'm going to teach you how to make the switches, that's for sure. But we need to do this part first. And these are the pour-on Band-Aid strips from Matthew's video. Gotta be careful there, buddy. We're just gonna put them on the PCB. And these are just gonna help with that rattle from the not the wires, the stabilizers, if we happen to have some whenever they bottom out. Also, if there's a little bit of wiggle room between the stab housing and the PCB. Let's see, so I need 5 sets. So that's 1, 2, 3 more. Okay.
Wait, what? Why 3?
Because we have one for the backspace, we have one for the enter. This is the right shift, and then you have one for the space bar, and then you have one for your left shift. Not all PCBs obviously are gonna need that, but this one in particular does.
Are you gonna use these to put them together?
The switches, yeah.
Really?
Sometimes they don't fit right the first time, so I have to open them up.
Okay.
But if you were to, let's say, not Frankenstein switches like we're going to be doing here in a second, and you were going to want to open up switches that you want to lube that are already pre-made, then you would use that to open it. One is a Kale and one is a what is the other one?
Ask me.
Cherry. There we go.
That's a oh.
So one side is for cherry style switches and the other one is for Kale style.
How come you don't get sponsored by any of these?
Probably because I'm not that big of a YouTuber yet.
Yeah.
It would be nice. And then we could just do these for fun. Well, I guess we already do it for fun, but it wouldn't cost me nearly as much as it does.
Yeah, maybe you could get a discount.
What's nice is most of the sponsored YouTubers that do keyboards give their viewers discounts as well. I'm gonna have to trim this part and this part.
With what?
I should have some flesh cutters. I think they're over there in that stuff. In the box, yeah. They're all black.
Yeah, these. So we're done?
Almost. These I just need to trim. Just use my tweezers to pull them up just a little bit. Because these we do want to be flush. We don't want overhanging pieces of this Band-Aid mod.
Could I try on this side?
You can do this one. I'm just gonna hold it up and then you cut it as flush as you can to the bottom. There you go.
Alright. Pretty easy.
Yeah. And they're not overhanging each other, and that way we don't have the stabilizers rocking whenever we hit or try to actuate them or whatever. So now we need the stabilizers themselves. We had to take a break yesterday. It got a little too late, but I went ahead and did a few switches. These are, again, Gateron Pro housings with switches, or stems from Wuque Studios. Went ahead and did a few. I did 36 last night. We're gonna finish doing the last few. And then we'll get on with the rest of the build. So, you've never done these before, have you, Mason?
No. Have not.
This is Krytox 205G0, and we're just using a regular paintbrush. And we're going to be doing the inside of each housing on the little rails. We do it about 4 times, and then we do the pole stem, and we just go down the line. Now you don't want to use too much of this stuff because you don't want your switches over lubed. Maybe I'll have you put the springs on whenever these are all done. And I don't hand lube these springs. I like to just do them in either a bag, or in this case I use a little Tupperware. And I put in my Krytox oil. Did that hurt?
Yeah, a little bit.
I put in my few drops of Krytox oil, and then I just shake them around until I feel like it's evenly distributed on each of the springs. It's just the easier way to do it. Although if you're really OCD, you can do them by hand. But I find that it doesn't really make that big of a difference.
I have OCD.
So you're going to be doing these springs, and all you have to do is just place one in each of these housings. But these are directional. Well, they're not actually directional. Let me take that back. These do have a side where the spring is more tightly coiled and one side that doesn't have quite as many coils. The side that doesn't have very many coils is usually it's got a higher tension. So what I want you to do, is try to grab it from the side that has more coils on it. And then the side that doesn't have as many coils, put that facing the bottom.
Okay.
Think you can do that?
Yeah.
You want to switch sides?
Sure.
It'll make it easier. And while you're doing that, I will get these stabilizers hopefully sorted. So we have little black screws. We have some plastic insulating washers to keep the PCB from shorting out. Metal screws and the traces on the bottom of the PCB tend to not like each other.
So the side with more
Needs to go
goes
up. Yes. Try to get it from inside the thing and not put it on the mat though.
Okay.
There you go. And just be careful. And just put one each in every single one of those housings. So here we have, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. So we're gonna have exactly the amount of stabilizers that we need. Matthew interrupted us. He had to come get a controller because he can't play mouse and keyboard.
Well, he can. He's just rage quitting for mouse and keyboard.
I don't know why.
I really want to learn how to play on mouse and keyboard since I don't know how.
You've played here whenever you guys have come over, haven't you?
Yeah, but I suck. I tried to play and I was like...
Just take practice.
Yeah. Done with all of the springs,
Okay.
I think. If I put them on right.
Let me finish these stabilizers real quick and then I'll get to lubing the stems over there.
Oh, okay. So the spring peel.
And then I'll do the switches on the corners, and then I'll have you start doing the other ones.
Okay. Wait, what do you mean on corners?
I'll show you. It's nice that they leave these on because that way they don't get scratched, but at the same time it's a little bit of a pain.
I feel like it's better that they have it on because it keeps it nice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
Okay, so here I'm going to take these. And so watch whenever I put these in. You have to make sure that they stay straight. And these pins right here go into the little slots that are down here. And you just press. And make sure that goes into the plate. And you hear it click.
Will it always click or?
Most of them should click, but sometimes they don't always.
Like that one?
Like that one didn't click, so I need to make sure that it clicks in, because sometimes they don't want to, especially on a polycarbonate plate, since it's so soft, bends and flexes, all that. So
I think the keyboard's gonna come out pretty nice.
I think so too. One more.
Okay.
Let's be pushed down. I hope that went in. Actually, I don't know if that one did.
I think it did.
I might have bent the pin. No, it did go in. It's just a really tight fitting. So whenever you do it, don't do it like me. Let me double check it to make sure that it has a really tight fit. You don't really want to force it, because then you could damage it. Oh, one more. I'll do the middle over here. And I'm just doing this so the plate has a little bit of stabilization whenever you push it in. But this actually came with one of these. This is just so that you can put it underneath.
Might not work. Oh yeah.
It should work. And then that way you can just put in two at a time. Just hold up. You're gonna sit here. So me and Mason are back after that build montage. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We just got finished with the 1UP keyboard. This is the 1UP stacked 60. And we have the 1UP AHHC PCB. My own Frankenstein switches. And then this is, I'll see if I can link this keycap set. It's actually off of Amazon. I don't remember the exact maker of it, but I think it looks pretty sweet with the teal case. What do you think, Matthew, or Mason?
It's good.
We'll do a quick little test here of the modifiers. So we have a backspace. This has quite a nice amount of flex. The only complaint that I would have, and if you can see it on this side of the camera, maybe I gotta pull it back a little bit, is it does bend a little bit slightly here in the middle. And that's probably just because of the, it's got some standoffs that go into the different pieces of the stacked acrylic, and they're not exactly all even. I might have to take a Dremel or something to kind of straighten it out, but that's the only real complaint I have about it. They're all pretty even. They're not exactly even either. I can probably put this on my belt sander and get it to line up perfect. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that yet or not. But overall, I think I'm pretty happy with the finish. Again, that teal color of the acrylic is pretty nice. And up against that purple, I think it looks pretty sharp. So what do you think of the first keyboard that you made?
I think I did pretty good.
You think? Mm-hmm. What was your favorite part about doing it?
Putting on the
keycaps?
Yeah. Keycaps.
That's pretty smooth, right? Mm-hmm. You like? It just needs to be broken in.
Yeah.
I may have overlubed a little bit whenever I was filling the stabilizers, just to make sure there wasn't any wire rattle. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. We may, like I said, I might go back and adjust some of the layers just so it's not so curved. But you're not really going to notice it whenever you're looking at it from the top down. So thank you all for joining us and watching this video. I think Mason had a really great time building this keyboard. What was your favorite part?
Putting on the keycaps.
That was the best part? Mm-hmm. Did you learn anything new?
How to lube stuff and yeah.
Okay. Well, if you all enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. We're going to have more keyboard builds. We're going to have some computer builds probably coming up here soon, and I know I'm going to have some other little special like modding videos, so stick around for that, and we'll see you all in the next one. You have anything to say?
Have a good day.
Have a good day.